Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys. Let me introduce myself. My name is Zakita Paramadani and I'm from the Faculty of Psychology Class 1E. And today I will tell you guys about the most influential psychological figures. Name is Albert Bandura. This video was made to fulfill the final exam assignment for the English course. Albert Bandura, born in December 4, 1925, was a Canadian-American psychologist best known for developing social cognitive theory and the concept of self-efficacy. Born in Mandair, Alberta, he earned his BA from the University of British Columbia and his PhD from the University of Iowa. His landmark Bobojol experiment in 1961 demonstrated observational learning in children. Bandura served as professor of Stanford University and was president of the American Psychological Association in 1974. He is widely regarded as one of the most influential psychologists in history, ranking fourth in citations among psychologists. Bandura was the youngest of 6 children born to parents of Eastern European descent. His father was from Krakow, Poland, and his mother from Ukraine. Both immigrated to Canada as adolescents. After marrying, they settled in Mandair, Alberta, where Bandura's fathers working laying track for the Trans-Canadian Railroad. After graduating from high school in 1946, Bandura pursues a bachelor degree at the University of British Columbia, and in 1949 graduated with the Bolokan Award in Psychology. Annually awarded to the outstanding students in psychology, he then did graduate work at the University of Iowa, where he received a master's degree in psychology 1951 and a doctorate in clinical psychology 1952. In 1953, Bandura accepted a 1-year instructorship at Stanford University, where he quickly secured a professorship. In 1974, he was named the David Starr Jordan Professor of Social Science in Psychology, and 2 years later, he became chairman of the psychology department. He remained at Stanford, becoming a professor emeritus in 2010. Okay guys, now we talking about the Bobojol experiment. In 1961, Bandura carried out his famous Bobojol experiment, a study in which researchers physically and verbally abused a clown face inflatable toy in front of preschool-age children, which led the children to later mimic the behavior of the adults by attacking the doll in the same fashion. Subsequent experiments in which children were exposed to such violence on videotape yielded similar results. Now we are talking about the testimony on the effect of television through violence. In the late 1960s, prompted by the media graphic coverage of the assassinations of U.S. Senator Robert F. Kennedy, together with increased report of children incurring serious injuries during attempted replications of dangerous behaviors decided in television advertisements. The potential effect of television violence on children became a growing public concern. Because of his related research, Bandura was invited to testify before the Federal Trade Commissions, or FTC, the Eisenhower Commissions, and several congressional committees as to the evidence that television violence affect aggressive behavior. His testimony played a role in the FTC's decisions to render as unacceptable portrayals of children engaging in risky activities, such as pounding one another in the head with mallets in advertisements for headache medications and subsequently to pass new advertising standard. And now we are talking about the later life and work Albert Bandura. Albert Bandura was the first to demonstrate 1977 that self-efficacy, the belief in one's own capabilities, as an effect on what individuals choose to do, the amount of effort they put into doing it, and the way they feel as they are doing it. Bandura also discovered that learning occurs by thought, thus beliefs and thought social modeling, thereby originating social cognitive theory in 1986, which held that a person, environment, cognitions, and behaviors all interact to determine how that person functions, as opposed to one of those factors playing a dominant role. Bandura received numerous awards for his contributions to the field of psychology, including the American Psychological Association's or APA awards for outstanding lifetime contributions to psychology in 2004, the American Psychological Foundation's Gold Medal Award for distinguished lifetime contributions to psychological science in 2006, and the State University of Louisville Grammar Award for Psychology in 2008. For his groundbreaking work in self-efficacy and cognitive theory, in 2016 he received the National Medal of Science. Bandura also held many organizational memberships and positions, including APA President in 1974 and American Academy of Arts and Science or AAAS Fellow in 1980s. Bandura was associated for many years with a variety of academic journals, including the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychologists, Applied Psychologists, Media Psychologists, Cognitive Therapy and Research, Behavior Research and Therapy, and Social Behaviors and Personality. He also co-authored or edited a number of books, including Adolescent Aggressions in 1959, Principles of Behavior Modifications in 1969, and then Aggressions, Social Learning Analysis in 1973, and Social Learning Theory in 1977, and Moral Disengagement, How People Do Harm and Life with Themselves in 2016. In 2002, the Review of General Psychology ranked Bandura as the fourth most eminent psychologist of the 20th century, following B.F. Skinner, Jean Piaget, and Sigmund Freud. Was Albert Bandura a behaviorist? While most psychological textbooks place Bandura's theories with those of the behaviorists, Bandura himself noted that he never really fit the behavioral orthodoxy. Even in his earliest work, Bandura argued that reducing behavior to a stimulus-response cycles was too simplistic. While his work used behavioral terminology such as conditioning and reinforcement, Bandura explained, I conceptualize these phenomena as operating thought cognitive processes. And the next, I will tell you guys about the contributions Albert Bandura to psychology. Bandura's work is considered part of the cognitive revolutions in psychology that began in the late 1960s. His theories had a tremendous impact on personality psychologists, cognitive psychology, and educations, and then psychotherapy. In 1974, Bandura was elected president of the American Psychological Associations. The APA award him for the distinguished scientific contributions in 1980s. Again in 2004 for his outstanding lifetime's contributions to psychology. Today, Bandura is often identified as the greatest living psychologist as well as one of the most influential psychologists all the time. In 2014, Bandura was awarded the National Medal of Science by President Barack Obama. Bandura's personal life and career path were forged by hard work coupled with a string of serendipitous events. In college, he took an introductory psychology class simply because the morning class fit his schedules. Bandura became fascinated with the subject and earned a bachelor degree in psychology from the University of British Columbia in Vancouver in 1946, and a master's degree in psychology in 1951 and a doctorate in clinical psychology in 1952 from the University of Iowa. During this time, there he met Virginia, or Ginny, fans of South Dakota, when they happened to cross paths of the golf course. They married in 1952, Bandura joining Stanford Department of Psychology in 1953, and was an active faculty member there until he retired in 2010. Also, few people had a window into his private life. Family was important to Bandura. Bandura said, "I survived the PhD thesis of all daughters." Mary Dweck said, "Told Mary, I got to know all in a different way, as not only a great scholar, but also a great father." Bandura was inspirational for all who were fortunate to know him and his work, said Tommy Tobin, a mentee and former research assistant. His contributions to the fields of education, communications, and psychology in the world more generally cannot be overstated, as his work has influenced the modern world and countless lives like mine. Not only was Professor Bandura a stories, researches, and teaches, he was a mentor and friend whose optimism knew no bounds. Bandura is survived by his daughter, Carol Bandura Cowley and Mary Bandura, and grandchildren Timothy and Andrew Cowley. In accordance with his wishes, no formal memorial service is being planned. In lieu of flowers or gifts, donations can be made in memory of Albert Bandura. The population's media centers or young faces to the planet. Okay guys, and now we are talking about the last life story about Albert Bandura. So, Albert Bandura died on July 26, 2021 in Stanford, California of congestive heart failure in the age of 95. Throughout his long career, Bandura revolutionized the field of psychology and reshaped our understanding of human behavior. His work will continue to exert an influence on the future of psychology and how we understand the topic, including personal agency, self-efficacy, and social learning. Maybe that's all that I can discuss and telling you about the life journey of Albert Bandura, one of the most famous and influential psychological figures in the world. Maybe I'm sorry if I had a mistake. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.